head. I don't understand this case. I truly, truly don't. But there's a lot to share in the John George case. We got a lot of people really talking. And what are they saying? How do we know if Madison knows if she was there? How do we know if Dan's being honest? I think when it comes to Madison, she may have let enough out to tell me if she actually was there or not. But I'll let you be the judge. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to 1111 True Crime. I am Mama D. I hope you are well. I hope everybody is doing good. I hope all your family members are safe. And if you're going on vacation, make sure you stay alert, right? A lot of you are because of the winter. All right, so let's get comfortable and let's dig in. So when it comes to Madison, she has actually said quite a lot, but it wasn't exactly in that little TikTok where she denies that, she's saying basically she's helping the family. She doesn't know why they're not telling you that. She's in a safe location. She hasn't left the country. She did tell one truth for sure, and that is that unfortunately the dogs were not cared for, okay, in the sense of when the family busted into Jonny and Madison's house, somehow the dogs were let go and they were running the street. And I did see some clips where Madison was trying to claim the dog. There was also allegedly people saying, you want the dog back? Then talk. Or one dog is gonna, they're gonna do things. So it got kind of crazy, but I'm listening to the whole thing. I don't know what to think. I just want them to find the body of their son, their brother, John George, bring him home and just be done with it. But I know that they want that more than anything in their life because they're not leaving. So I wanted to show you some things that kind of have me going, what? Now, I'll go ahead and play this. It's just a few minutes long. I think it's about almost 3 minutes, so I'll go ahead and play this for you.
So, coming on to make a wee video because I'm sick. I'm sick and tired of all the rumours. I've been off social media for 2 weeks. While I've been off social media, I have not been hiding or fleeing. I've been where I am right now. I'm sure it's known because it's all over social media. I'm not far away from my house. I'm not far away, so I'm not. So I'm just coming over on here to clear up some rumours that I'm sick of hearing. I'm not running. I'm not fleeing. The police back home has just advised me to stay here until it is safe. I can't go back to Northern Ireland because my whole family is in danger, and even more so me. I have 30 death threats back home, and
I believe that too. The first time I was reading about the John George case, and I saw a post by this girl, and she was alleging that she was being threatened by the father of John George and the sister. I was like, oh, come on, nobody's going to do that. But that is not the case from my understanding. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I think everybody needs to remember that this is a 19-year-old girl, and I think we need to focus on the ones that took the life. Yes, she probably knows more than she's saying, but I personally support the law taking the action, and I do not support violence in retaliation at all. So I'm not saying she's not guilty. I'm not saying she doesn't know. I'm saying I just don't think that her life should be threatened. I really don't. And I think there's more to the story than the public is being led to believe.
I'm getting threatened over here too. So the police advised me to stay safe And while I'm here staying safe, I have told the family every single bit of information they know. So...
Okay. Stop right there. That's the first clue. I've told every bit of information that the family knows. But she didn't say that she knows. So she told a truth in the fact that what the family knows is what Madison has told them. But she never states the obvious, which is a statement, I've told the police or I've told the family everything I know. And so she skirts the truth like a pro right there. I mean, like, she's got her ice skatings on, she's laced them up, and she just skirted over the actual truth, which is she knows more. And that's my opinion. But let me know what your thoughts are.
Yous are only going after my family and after me still because the family have not let yous know that all their information that they know has came from me. So...
Okay, so wanting credit, okay, wanting to back everybody off and say, hey, every bit that they know, I've told them. But at the same time, it's doubling down on that you haven't shared everything you know, because it's mincing words.
Just letting you know that they only know what they know because of me.
Again, third time now. Third time. Why are you trying to convince us so much? You haven't yet told us everything you know. What do you want, Madison? A cookie? Now, I'm not on anybody's side other than I would love to have the family have peace and bring the man home. But how do they know whose blood that was? How do they know that that isn't Jonny's blood too, or that it's Jonny's blood? There's no way DNA results came back that fast. The first thing when they walked in the door and saw Dan there, according to George himself in an interview, Billy, sorry, not George, but Billy George, Billy the dad, was, you shot my son. Okay, I get that. So now we're finding out the reason he said that is because before they even left home, they were told that he was shot and laid to rest in a lemon patch, in a lemon garden. This is so bizarre. But when it comes to Madison, does she know more or not? And we're going to get to a point where we're like, how do you know when it comes to her? And there's only one way you basically know at the level she does, I think. But let's go.
And they've not let you know that the information came from me. That's fully fine. I understand why. That's fine. It doesn't bother me, but it's bothering me that you're all after my family when I'm helping, and we all are helping, massively helping. The family's just not letting them know that. The place, the British place, they know I'm helping too. They know I'm nothing to do with it. Hence the reason they're keeping everyone safe.
I do not believe that Madison did something to John George. Do I believe she has guilty knowledge? Do I believe she was there? Yep.
I know, and everyone around me.
I think she was there.
But right in this minute in time, no one's safe, especially me, until John's found. So I pray he's found this week. I really do pray he's found this week, so my life can go back to normal and we can go back to our dogs and everything is normal.
All right, Madison, you're not going to get to go back to normal, right? Because you yourself say some things as we go forward that are going to bring it up clear. So let's go listen to her. She's on TikTok. I'm not going to play the whole thing. She explains about the dogs. She said what she had to say. We have this little Madison post right here. And I don't know who she was talking to, but it says, this is the only one who knows where he is. It says, I got his address, and then it's circled out. Something have gave it to the, I think, police. So that would make it sound like back at the place where John George had the watch. And he was trying to get Jonny to come to him, right? And so that's going to play out here in a few minutes. But Madison goes on to say, I know I'm literally not much older than your oldest. I can only imagine what he is going through. So she's saying, I can only imagine, which implies that she hasn't been through that before herself. And then we had this little updated post, which apparently, allegedly, somebody named Dan McMeekin, which is the guy that allegedly told him Jonny shot John, all right? He went on to the Facebook group and he said, I don't know where John is, but all I know is Don Smith, Jonny Smyth, Madison Allen, and Michael Malley are all guilty. And then it only showed part of a post, and it says Jonny Smyth red-rummed Georgie, and Madison was there. They both know where the body is. And I think he might be telling the truth. But we're going to get into that. So I'm not going to read this entire article, but it does talk about how Madison it's gotten out into the media that the family and her are receiving death threats. But what was interesting is that her and Jonny Smyth are OnlyFans influencers in a very serious way. Like, he's in some of the footage and it's unedited. So when you hear them arguing about naked pictures on the beach and him calling her names and then suggesting Jonny Smyth yelling at, or not yelling, but saying to Madison ugly things like the things you do for your subscribers, you'll know why. So this has come out that they are indeed OnlyFans creators. And the article goes on to say, and this is all about Madison, she teases some of the content to her 1,600 followers on X with her bio reading, your new fave, hot 5-foot brunette content creator. Click to see all my spicy content. Subscribers can pay to access her OnlyFans page for $15 a month, where she posts uncensored content. Many of the adult clips feature her older boyfriend, Mr. Smyth, who was a close friend of John George, also known as John Hardy. Whoops, sorry guys. She describes herself in the bio as your favorite little sweet, sexy 19-year-old living in Spain. 5-foot, green-eyed brunette. What more could you ask for? Subscribe to see the naughty side of me, BG, and plenty more. So I'm just bringing you the story, right? Now, Billy does speak, and this is where I wanted to jump over. Let me hit this real quick for you. Give it a minute. So I'm going to read you the article, just parts of it. This is out of the Northern Ireland, and it says, father of John George confronts the man he believes killed his son. And right off the bat, he says the father of the Belfast man thought to have been red-rummed in Spain before Christmas has confronted the person he believes shot and KILL'd him. John George, also known as John Hardy, disappeared days before Christmas during the trip to Spain. His family believed he was lured there on a promise of holiday and have been told since he was shot DEAD. His father, Billy George, revealed on Wednesday how he has spoken to a man and believes fired the shots that claimed his son's life. Speaking to the Irish News, Mr. George told how he met the suspect in a public place in recent days. Let's go back and check the date of this. So, January 1st means he had met the suspect in recent days in a public place. All right? And this is where I have a problem with the wording. He says, this is Billy. The dad, he says, I told him straight, you shot my son dead, he said. Mr. George said the man was later arrested by Spanish police and subsequently released. The suspect is believed to be one of the several people with knowledge of Mr. George's disappearance. Let's stop right there. I believe this will be Mike, right? Because he's been questioned several times and released. So if he's being released, are they hoping that he leads to some evidence? Do they not have enough to hold him? What evidence do they have other than these criminals saying that they did this to John? How do they know, again, the question of my thumbnail, that John George isn't alive and being held hostage, for instance, or trafficked? I mean, this is just bizarre that they just know. Is there biological evidence? I don't understand. It says the suspect is believed to be one of the several people with knowledge of Mr. George's disappearance. The George family have raised concerns about the approach taken by Spanish law enforcement over the disappearance of their loved one. So it goes into the rest of the story there about, the 14th and so forth. But this is the bombshell that Wax just dropped in our lap. So hit up after us. You'll be able to jump over onto my second channel where we're going to relax, take this down a notch, and I'm going to let you do the talking, okay? And so I hope you'll join me. But after that, check out Wax Unfiltered. Hats off, Wax. So we're going to listen to this real quick about what Wax is saying he was sent. 2 clips. The first one we've all seen, and forgive me, let me grab a drink. In the first video, we've seen it. John George has a watch on, his hat, call me ASAP, bye, right? All right, he's talking allegedly to Jonny Smyth because he says, Johnny boy. Some people say he's talking to himself. I don't know. I'm just saying there were 2 clips. And the second clip that Wax Unfiltered did not share, he doesn't share it, but he speaks about it. I have some serious questions. And the biggest question is, how do you know? Listen to this.
Disappearance. From the last video we've done, we would have seen a video of John George in a house showing off his watch, but other people in the background, some people believe they were part of the Russian cartel. Another clip was sent to me with that clip by the same person, and it does show John George holding a pistol. And I'm not too sure what he's saying in the video. In fact, I don't want to broadcast the video, but he's definitely holding.
So first of all, a second clip, and this is being alleged. Now, I don't have the clip to look at it. I couldn't tell you, but Wax Unfiltered says he believes it's John George because you can obviously tell by the watch he's wearing. OMG, I suggested that watch was taken from him and he was X'd out. So if somebody has got a video holding a pistol and they're wearing that watch, we need to do some hand comparisons to see if it's really John George. Because what if it's like the Dylan Rounds case, where Jim, who had taken the life of this young 16-year-old boy, well, I think he was 19, moved there at 16, something like that, accidentally was cleaning his weapon that he had with BLOOD on it, and the victim had filmed it. So how did we get this second footage of this pew-pew being held by somebody wearing the same watch as John George? And how can we assume it's John George without seeing the footage and seeing his face? Now, Wax isn't showing it because we can't do the pew-pew part on the platforms. But block it out. Wax, please, lovely, block out the pew-pew and show us the rest, like the watch, the hand, and please release the video. It's really important because it could be that that's the person that took a watch and ended a life? Or, if it's really John George, why is he holding a pew-pew? I don't know. That's why I was like, okay, we got to get into this case, back into it, because we've been in it. There's enough here to really discuss. Let's listen to this one more time from Wax.
We're part of the Russian cartel. Another clip was sent to me with that clip by the same person, and it does show John George holding a pistol. And I'm not too sure what he's saying in the video. In fact, I don't even want to broadcast the video, but he's definitely holding a gun. You can tell it's him because he's wearing the same watch. Media outlets are confirming that the Spanish police believe that John George has been shot dead. Some of the reports are suggesting that John George was lured to Spain, sold a fake holiday. They wanted to get him there because they wanted to kill him whilst he was there. I'm not too sure how true this is, but what we do know is the family believe that John George is dead. They are looking for a body, and they just want to take their son home so they can bury him in peace. Well,
right? So this is just a little bit of an update, very short. Excuse me, I'm drinking a lot of water. I am sneaking some tea, but I'm drinking a lot of water, so it's causing me to burp a little. Excuse me, pardon. All right, it is alive. Here you go.
Quick update on
very short little update.
For John George. So yet again, the family, friends and supporters of John, supported by the K9 search and rescue team, have been searching various locations in Alicante. They were told to stop searching one particular area because the police are involved in that area and they didn't want them jeopardising.
I'm wondering where they initially started searching was right close to the location that they thought he would be at, has all those irrigation reservoirs. Were the reservoirs dredged? It doesn't leave me. I'm like, he's probably in the closest reservoir. Some of those are so algae covered and filthy looking, and it's an irrigation system that's going to water gardens. So the body would be underwater, which we know would deteriorate much faster in an irrigation system, as well as to think of all the bacteria down there. These are the kind of people that would maybe do that. And there were no cameras there that I could see. It's just open irrigation system. So that's one part I would say to look for. Brenda Morris, thank you, lovely. Aw, don't change for anybody. I'm the best. I think you're the best. Thank you, lovely. Thank you incredibly. Hey, Rach, not that Rach. I just about knocked my mouse off the board. Hello, lovely. How are you? Good to see you. Thank you for modding. I just really appreciate you guys. Thank you, Zoe, and welcome to our beautiful Starlights. Happy to have you on board with us, definitely.
The investigation. There were also reports that there were helicopters up around a region called El Campello, so that was unusual. And we did think initially that it may be related to John, maybe they found something, but apparently not. It's like a weekly exercise, so that didn't turn up anything. So you may have noticed last night as well, Jamie Bryson put up a video on TikTok just calling out the police basically, and he believed that John George was failed by the organs of the state, and that was because there seemed to be like a lack of police interest in this case for...
All right, we're going to move along. So we got to talk about this. True train blaring through. Thieves steal total cache of Rutro Raggy Pew Pew from Costa Blanca police station that had no security cameras or alarm system. Now check this out, you guys. Let me get this over here. Let's go ahead and switch it up for you. Okay. Where can you see me so I can read this to you a little bit? Am I in a good position? Remember, it's a live broadcast. I don't rehearse. Nothing scripted, so bear with me. Thieves steal, Olive Press. Thieves steal total cache of guns from this place. All right, this is so close. This happened on January 2nd, 3 days ago from when I'm reading this. Burglars broke into Casablanca police station on New Year's Eve, or New Year's night, and stole 8 pew-pews, plus the ammunition helped by the building having no alarm or security system. The bold break-in happened at Els Poblets in the Marina Alta region of Alicante province. The police local building of Avendindia, I don't know how to say it, y'all, Jamie 1, is manned between 6 a.m. and 10 p.m. and is located in an area with a few adjoining buildings. They have no security cameras, nothing. It appears that the robbery had been planned in advance as the thieves sawed off. So they brought a saw, probably a hacksaw, sawed off one of the security bars on the window, then forced it open to gain access. Are you freaking kidding me? An officer who closed the office on Tuesday night returned 6 a.m. on Wednesday to discover the robbery. The Guardia Civil has taken investigations and fingerprints. Els Poblets Mayor Jose Luis Mas says, I'm worried because 8 pistols have been taken and I'm concerned what they will be used for. It seems premeditated because when the break-in happened and the weapons were the only items stolen. The thieves ignored computer gear, uniforms, and police radars. That is interesting. The mayor admitted that the robbery will now lead to security cameras being involved, right? I mean, I feel like Tales of Life. The baby knows, right? So my big question would be, is it possible that this Jonny is so on the run that he's still in the country? Because there are people that are alleging that, like, I talked to him 2 days ago. I swear I talked to him. I don't know if it's true. But if he did stay in the country, could he have done that since he's, like, got nothing to lose? And now he's got all this? And I don't know. I just wanted to make sure that, I shared that news with y'all because that bothers me. I mean, a hacksaw? How hard's that to get? Who would do that? Now, this is weird. Listen to this. This is from World Entertainment. Hats off, my lovely Lou.
No, she doesn't have them. The police actually have them.
Okay, hold on.
Listen.
All right. So somebody asked Madison specific questions about this case and about John George, and she answers, and then we're going to get into why I think she knows, why I think she may have been there. All right, here we go.
No, she doesn't have them. The police actually have them. Listen, Mike has about 4 cars though. Go get the blue Mazda that he was last seen in and check the DNA for it, because I'm telling you now, he'll be all over it. That's all I've got to say. That's all I know. Don't know Luke.
So she says she knows. Remember? I know. That's all I know. So she knows that the DNA will be all over the blue Mazda. That Mike owns 4 vehicles, and all she knows is that the DNA will be all over. That's why I think she was there. Because not just knowing the blue Mazda, but because the way she said it, the DNA will be all over. So it's implicating a visual of her from her perspective of not like a pillow shot, no, but like splatter. Okay? So that is why I believe, because of this statement, I believe this is why, because she's providing a visual memory in a sense, in my opinion, because she's saying it in a very descriptive way, and she's not saying that's all I've been told, that's all they said. She says that's all I know. And when you know, you know, and when you don't, you don't. But she never says, I told the family all I know. She makes the mistake of saying, I told the family all they know. So there's more to the story. Here, she's now telling you what Madison knows.
Listen, Mike has about 4 cars there. Go get the blue Mazda that he was last seen in and check the DNA for it, because I'm telling you now, he'll be all over it. That's all I've got to say. That's all I know. Don't know a location because me or Jonny weren't there. The man was taken into benidorm and must have had a tiff, and he came back and he left John where he was left. Jonny told him to go back up and get him, but he didn't. Asked him to bring him. Mike said no.
Okay, hold on. Is he alive? Or are they saying go get his body? There's no way it would be this story about being alive. There's no way they'd be like, go get the body and bring it back. It has to be saying that he left alive and nobody would go back and get him. I just don't buy that.
He was left. Jonny told him to go back up and get him, but he didn't. Asked him to bring him. Mike said no. Even offered him money to go up and get him, see what he was, see how he was, but no. And Mike wouldn't go back up to the location.
Okay. So, if we take that at face value, because that's all we have, we're talking about Jonny was phoned allegedly by John George saying, call me ASAP, right? Okay. It appeared like Mike was there with Jonny. Something went down. Mike comes back without John, right? So I think this conversation is them saying, go back and get him. Why'd you come back without him? And that's why they're saying that. But then, how would she know that it had happened in a car if he never got back in that car? Because nobody went back and got him. So right there, she blew it, because this isn't 2 different interviews. This is the same interview. So how could his DNA be all over the inside of that car unless she's just talking about fingerprints and not the pew whatever? I'm just discussing the case, trying to figure it out with you. Okay, let's continue.
Jonny even asked him to bring him. Mike said no. Jonny doesn't know where it is. Only Mike does. I'm sorry. I don't know what else to tell you. It's all I've told you. And I've seen every single body I know. But there's not much more I can do. I've done every single thing in my power that I can. So call me a slut. Call me whatever the fuck you want. But I'm just sorry I can't give you a location because I genuinely don't know. And only Michael knows.
So they're saying the one guy that has been answering and being interviewed by the police is Mike, who's been interviewed and released. He's the one that Madison is saying did it. And that's who Billy first accused. You shot my son dead, right? Is this Mike guy. How do we know it's not Jonny? How do we know that it's not Jonny Smyth that did it? Okay. So, I'll play a little bit of this. This stemmed over from back in May, where Madison was doing naughty pictures on the beach, allegedly, but it's the way that Jonny treats her. And in the end, he says in this text message to the mother, okay? So the mother's very upset because of the way that Jonny is treating her. And at that point, he has taken Madison's passport. Now, I don't know if this stems over this May incident or if this is just recent with the passport. Some people think it's recent, like that Jonny Smyth took Madison's passport and that's why she's still here. However, it could be back from May. I don't know. So keep in mind, is it possible that Madison's still here, not because she's facing the music, but simply because she doesn't have a passport? Here's the text message between Madison's mom, allegedly, and Jonny Smyth. Let me blow it up a little bit. I'll disappear behind the screen so that you can see it. Here we go. And this is Mommy speaking, Madison's mom. I'm landing tomorrow morning. I'll be at yours. Albury Post Office. Get the effing passport back to her before I get there, Jonny. Goes on to say where Jonny is responding. Who you talking to, you spunker? Tell her to go get it. The door's open. If she wasn't taking naked pics on the beach, this wouldn't have happened. That's why I think this is from May. Okay? Because they have a fight about the naked pics. All right? So if she wasn't taking naked pics on the beach, this wouldn't have happened. And it goes on about how to raise your kids so they don't need to take naked pictures on the beach. I'll knock your boy's teeth out. You fool, who you talking to? She hasn't spent a penny from been with me. She's a tramp. Take her home, ya spunker, before she disappears. Okay? So this all comes from May about the passport. So I think that answers that Jonny may have never given back her passport from May. We don't know. You feel me? All right, you guys, that is what I have for you today. I don't know. I just hope the man is found. I pray that whatever justice is in this case, that it happens. And with that, my beautifuls, we're about to jump over and do the magic carpet ride to my second channel. And that's a 1111 crime story where we get together and I give you the voice. You get the floor, man. Can you imagine? I'll be quiet. You do the talking. I love you guys, and I hope you join me very soon. Bye for now, my loves. Thank you. Absolutely thank you for everything. Let's see, where's our ultra? All right, we're out of here. Peace out, babes.